Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Zombie Sundays. This one's gonna be a little bit of a different kind of Zombie Sundays, guys. Welcome to Firebase Z, guys. It is officially finally out. I do have some footage of Firebase Z. I'm not gonna go through the whole Easter egg. I'm gonna go to one specific part. If you're saying there's one part out there that's very, very difficult, now believe me, me and my friends had so many difficult times doing this, and I'm just gonna show you guys how I did it myself, my way, solo-wise. And like I said, this is gonna be the most difficult part. If you're saying the one with the canister, try to find the right canister, is that the difficult part, Allie? No, it is not at all. And I'm telling you straight up, that is honestly the easy part. If you know exactly what you're doing, this is just part of the Easter egg, the second step, or actually no, the third or second step of the Easter egg that is very difficult, where you have to go back, talk to Dr. Peck and all that jazz. But like I said, I'm going to show it to you guys into the gameplay right about now.
Ouch. Damn it all, Martha. Watch my toes. I only have the 10. You wore the necklace from your 40th. Bought it at Dahlia's, your favorite. All right, Peck. You've had your fun. Now, how do we open the portal? Tell us the truth. 1, 2, 3. The truth. The truth is that you interrupted a lovely waltz with my Martha. But, the portal, you'll need the codes to restart the quantum mainframe. Dr. Sokolov and Brahms have them. But to locate Maxis, you'll need her dimensional tracker ID tag. Sabine has that. Oh, yeah. They're all dead. Or infected. Head to the data center. There may be something that can help you.
Alright, so we're looking for these people, Sauer, Bronze, and Zeppelin. Basically, Peck's in his own little world, as you guys could see. He's dancing and all that jazz. So basically, we have to go back to the data center, and he told us about these 3 people, so we're gonna go grab these 3 people. The only issue about grabbing these 3 people, I do recommend do this on a slow round. Also, if you talk to Dr. Peck or talk to the other dude, usually the zombies just ignore you, which is actually really good, especially if you're doing a solo EE. Basically, I'm gonna go ahead and go to my first ever, like, you know, zombie, basically. And he talks about, oh, these guys are infected and all that stuff. They turn into these, like, gigantic mimics, as you guys can see. Alright, so that's what they look like. So going straight into the data center and grabbing our traps to trap these mimics. As you guys can see, we're just going to go ahead and grab the traps and going to our first mimic. Now, there's 3 locations that these guys could be in. There's 2 in Firebase Z, and then there's 1 in Village. Now, it's not going to be in the same exact area, so, for example, Village, it would be in the science area, and the Firebase Z, usually around the Colonel's office, usually sometimes, or the Planning's office. In my case, mine just showed up around the Colonel's and Data office, which, again, it's random for them to spawn in different areas. It's, like I said, this is, like, the hardest issue. So, it only took me around 8 to 11 to find these guys. Again, it didn't take that long, and I do not recommend doing it on a higher round, because it's going to be more and more difficult for you guys to catch the right 3 mimics that you guys need in order to get the, stuff going. So, what I do is usually I save 1, zombie. Usually, I recommend doing crawlers. Crawlers are better than having, like, 1 zombie run around and try to eat you and all that jazz. So, basically, just walking around, looking around for these mimics. They're easy to spot. Sometimes they are, sometimes they're not. The special ones that you're looking for, definitely look for some score streaks. Don't go run around the map a couple of times. Like I said, you only need 3 of them, so you can't just capture every single mimic. And usually I just look around. Sometimes it would be in the planning office. Sometimes it's spawn in the planning office. Half the time you gotta end the round, and that makes it more and more difficult. You don't want to end the round too quickly and just grab one zombie with you in order to catch this mimic. So here I am just looking around, might go into the Firebase C. So sometimes you just go to portal, and then all of a sudden coming around here, boom, a mimic spawns. That's the one that you want. As you guys can see, that fella was a Squirrel Streak mimic, so that's the one that we definitely need. So I'm going to go ahead and trap the puppy right here. And when I trap it, it honestly doesn't it doesn't want to be trapped. So what you got to do is lower its health up a little bit. If you kill it automatically, then you have to restart over and find the right mimic that you want. It's easy to find one if you find a Squirrel Streak. That's like your special mimic. It's not going to be like a scrap or something, or like, you know, those things what zombies pop out. So here we go around and go find this mimic. The mimic followed me, so this is a lot easier. As you guys can see, it's low on health. Gonna go ahead and capture it, and then the zombie just followed me. Boom, ended the round when I grabbed the mimic and put it in the data center area. So I go ahead and grab the mimic. I had a little hard time grabbing the mimic, so go ahead, trap the lid in there, and this one is bronze. This is the one we do need. So we're gonna go ahead and grab another trap, and I think this one we look for one from the Firebase area, which that would be in the Colonel's office, or minor fact, it might be in the village. Now, usually the trick is you just look for a Squirrel Streak. That's basically your trick. It's not like one of those, like, the zombies just spawn anywhere kind of thing. Save one zombie as possible. Like I said, it makes it very difficult if you're on a higher round. Now, as you guys can see, I'm around 9. That is not that much of a higher round. Just jump through the jump pad makes it easier. Just looking around, seeing where to go. I think this one I did went to village, or I might have went into the Colonel's area. There's one that I accidentally killed, and it was completely my fault, so it's hard to keep the mimic with you as all times. As you guys can see, right into the village now. Looking around, there's a Squirrel Streak right there. Boom, right there. There it is. There's the mimic. Now, the question is the mimic, is it that the mimic we want? So, this one, I just ring around the rosy with this thing and just had a whole bunch of zombies on me. The tricky part is, don't kill it while the zombies are spawning all over the place. You can see I'm stuck in some corners around there, but like I said, the most difficult part is having a bunch of zombies on you trying to get this mimic. As you guys can see, trying not to kill the mimic and trying not to trap zombies, which you can trap zombies in the trap machine, obviously Pokemon trap machine. However, grab the C4 right there. I'm gonna throw the C4 for these zombies so it'd be easier to get some crawlers. So boom, right there, got a couple of crawlers, just what we wanted. We just want the mimic. That's all we want. We want the mimic only. We don't need these zombies. We just need the mimic only. So again, going around in circles, chasing this thing around, and then I got tired of this village area. Village is not the best place to camp, by the way. It's very hard to get trapped. As you guys can see, there's a lot of areas you can just move around, and do not camp here at all, especially in higher rounds. It makes it super duper difficult. But I'll go ahead and trap the mimic just like that. Try to trap it. And then usually if it just destroys your trap, then most likely it will destroy your trap. So you have to go back to the data center and grab a new trap. And that's usually the difficult part. So I'm going to go all the way back into the area that I'm going to go get the trap. The new trap for this thing. Because like I said, you got to have it on low health. Because if you have it like one shotgun shot there, that mimic would die. So obviously you spawn into the Firebase C looking around for this mimic, and it's kind of difficult to find out where the mimic is. It's kind of easy if you know what mimic it is, because you have a whole bunch of mimics spawn on you. That's probably not the right mimic you're looking for. Grab a trap and then go straight back into the place. As you can see, I have a zombie on me, so go ahead and have that zombie on me. Anyways, that's how I do it, and then I usually just go back. So again, there's 2 in Firebase C, there's 1 in Village. The one that we had difficult with, me and my friends, was looking for the last one, which was the Village one. You gotta make sure you count and make sure you have the right exact one. So I go around, look around in Village, looking around for this last mimic, or second mimic, actually, not the last one, but the second mimic. Like I said, that's got us a little bit confused, like, where's this mimic at? And then you go ahead and just sometimes gotta end the round, look for this mimic. and then go back to the teleporter and see if it's there. Because usually sometimes it'll follow you to the teleporter, and you can tell which mimic it was. Like if it had super low of health, maybe that's the one that you most likely need. But I'm just looking around through the whole house. As you guys can see, just literally looked around the whole house, went back to the other area around there, and obviously there's no mimic there, so I gone right back to the Firebase, and what do you know, Mr. Mimic just pops out of nowhere into the Firebase. So again, I took another loop around the house, looking around, and obviously, as you guys can see, just looking around like an idiot. Like, oh yeah, shit, where's the mimic at? Did I miss it? And I was like, oh shit. There's one chance that I accidentally killed the mimic that I wanted. I think it was, because it was very difficult. So I didn't know right when you hear a screech or something, and obviously that's your mimic. So obviously just heading this one zombie. Again, it's easier to have crawlers. Boom, right there. There's the mimic. Like I said, these suckers can spawn anywhere. So I'm gonna go ahead and trap this mimic. And it will tell you if you have the wrong mimic with you. So again, he got trapped in there. So gonna go all the way back into the data center once again, because again, that this mimic just wants to not get trapped, especially this one. Like I said, I'm not too sure if it's a special mimic, but there's like different locations that these mimics can be in. So you can go ahead and grab a trap right there, and gonna have and trap it. Just gonna go back in there, and I accidentally killed it right there. Right there. Which, it was so stupid of me to accidentally kill the mimic, so I'm gonna go back into the hunt of the mimic. This one was the village one, so accidentally shot him by accident, because like I said, one shot. If it's super low on health, you gotta trap it immediately, and if you don't trap it immediately, then it's gonna be very difficult. So I went back to village and see if the mimic spawned anywhere, and I had no luck, so I went back into the village to look once again and see if, oh shit, that was the mimic that I killed, most likely. Then I have a whole bunch of zombies, you know, all that jazz. Didn't want to grab the nuke just in case if the mimic was spawning near village area. And there's certain areas or certain times you want to grab the nuke. This case, I didn't grab the nuke because there's like a whole bunch of zombies everywhere. But usually you just look around and, well, as you can see, no look. So I'm gonna go straight into the colonel's office this time and find the second mimic that we're looking for. I literally saved the village last. I was gonna put the village first. I didn't know exactly what the first one was, because again, it was around the village. It was around the colonel's office. So again, it could be anywhere where the mimics can spawn. So again, I'm just gonna shoot some zombies, get some points and all that jazz. Do the challenging points, which try to get the RK, which I kind of couldn't get it. The super wonder weapon or wonder weapon in general. So went all the way down here, going to go grab or kill zombies, and there's the mimic right there. Now the question is this the mimic that we want? And possibility this might be the mimic we want. So again, a whole bunch of zombies just trying to kill us right now, and honestly, this is the most difficult part. Even when you have a mimic following you and a bunch of zombies and you accidentally kill the mimic. I've had this happen so many times, so you may never know. Just have your trap out just in case if that's the one you're looking for. But again, it's easier enough to look for a score streak, and then that's your main Pacific mimic that you want. Because a good friend of mine just said that to me. So there's a case that one of them are going to be a grenade or some other like useful object to know that that's a special mix. So you guys could see, I'm going to go ahead and trap this one. I'm not exactly too sure if that's the right mimic that I want, so I can go ahead and trap it right here. Now it only took me one time to trap this fella. I don't know why it took me a couple of times to trap these guys, because it took me a little trouble to get them. So I'm going to go ahead and just go and look and see if this is the right exact mimic. Now, sometimes you can be lucky, and there's sometimes you cannot be lucky, but in this case, just look for a score streak. That's your only tip. Score streak or, what is it, scrap sometimes. So we're going to go ahead and put it into the data center, see if this is the right exact one, and it is no, it is not. And in Weaver will say it will be like an error or something, so you have like some other mimic. So that was just a random mimic. We didn't want it. That's not the guy that we want. It starts with a K. Nope. Not the mimic that we want. We have an S, we have a B, and we also have a another one, which I don't know which one it was. But now going straight into the Colonel's office. Now I'm going to look for this Mimic in the Colonel's office. As you guys can see, there's a score streak right there. It's basically a glitched one. So I'm going to go straight into the Colonel's office, and what do you know? It is a Mimic. And yes, this is not a score streak one, but I was actually lucky enough that this one is actually one of the ones that we're looking for. One of the special Mimics. As you guys can see, it wasn't a score streak, so it wasn't. But it was the exact right one. I was like, oh shit, should I kill it or should I not kill it? You gotta be careful. Sometimes they can turn into scrap. Like I said, these things are shapeshifters. So I'm going to go ahead and put it right into the Colonel's office. Like I said, you can do it in the Colonel's office. Not really that much space into the Colonel's office. Got a whole bunch of zombies following me, blah, blah, blah. And, you know, grab the Mimic. Boom. Shakalaka. Grab it. And then I just run out and go straight into the data center. Like I said, you have like about 3 seconds before the Mimic just teleports right back in there. So I'm gonna go ahead and take this shortcut right around here. This is an easy kind of way of a shortcut. Go all the way up top of the data center, which this is where the data center is, and then we're gonna go ahead and plug the puppy in just like that. And then memory transform, and obviously it's Z. The Z one is the one that we definitely need. Now all we need is one more Mimic, and that Mimic, my friends, is in the village. Oh my god. Instead of like going crazy looking for a Mimic, it's crazy. I'm telling you, this is like the most difficult part out of this. And then go straight into the village. I do recommend go to village first before doing the 2 on Firebase C, because obviously it's the one for village. So I'm gonna go round in circles once again and look around for this poor little Mimic. Now, half the time you gotta end the rounds sometimes, but looking around for this Mimic like an idiot, because, you know, that's what all of us do. Literally spent 7 or 9 hours looking for the right Mimic to do the Easter egg, and it literally took us around 28 to get to the boss battle, and I'll tell you, it was difficult and hard. So I went to doing the trials and hopefully get the new wonder weapon off the trials, which I haven't done the trials, so I gotta go back to the courthouse. Great. Going back to the teleporter, going back to village, and what do you know from there? Our friend spawns. It usually takes a couple of seconds, or 10 seconds, or 20 seconds for another Mimic to spawn. It's not gonna be every single round, as I realize that. So I go around, look around, and do this challenge. Killing the zombies doing around this courthouse. This is the whole courthouse area, but the whole map area itself is village. So, yeah, crazy. Very, very crazy. So looking around, just spraying our gun, and half the time if you hear that loud screech for help kind of way, then that's how you're gonna know your Mimic is there. Oh my god, dude. I'm telling you, this is straight up the pain in the ass way to do the Easter egg. I've had so many issues. Me and my friends were looking for the same exact Mimic or something. That is the difficult part. So I'm gonna grab a C4, boom, 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 just destroy some zombies, have some crawlers. I do recommend have crawlers. Way better than having one zombie follow you every single map, or having one of your friends babysit a zombie, because I have had my friends babysit zombies before. As you can see, got myself trapped, boom, 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 boom. Yeah. Crazy. Very, very crazy. But I literally have the sound on. I just realized I don't know why I'm doing boom, 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 you know. But yeah, so looking around the map again, hopefully find a Mimic around this area, because this is the only Mimic that we need. We only need one more Mimic in order to get the floppy disk, and then do the rest from there. Now, my stupid ass literally didn't know I had the last Mimic at all. Make sure you count. So I'm gonna go ahead and pack-a-punch my gun, because I had enough. Pack-a-punch my gun. I go all the way upstairs looking around and like, oh, wait a second. What is that? There's a score streak. There's a score streak. And then, boom, just like that, there is a grenade. Now, that's unusual seeing 2 score streaks. Usually that would be Mimics, and you can't really pick it up, because sometimes it's Mimics, so it only took me one time to trap this fella. And this was our last Mimic! Yes, we finally did it, guys! Literally. And it took us, a good while to look for that mimic, and sadly I killed the other mimic, so be careful when you have zombies, and, you know, be very careful. So yeah, there you go, last mimic. And sadly, I didn't even know that was the last mimic, because I literally went back, grabbed the trap, and trapped another mimic when I can't even put it in there. Yeah, that was so stupid of me, honestly. And yeah, so I didn't realize I didn't grab the floppy disk because I had round 12 started. So boom, there we go, Savior! Or Savrulers, or whatever his name is. But yeah, those are the 3 mimics! You finally did it! Yay! Just like I said, it's not going to be in the same exact area. The only areas that you're going to look for the 3 mimics, you got to go to Firebase C 2 times, go into the Colonel's office, sometimes around the Colonel's office, or in the military area. Sometimes it'll span there, and sometimes just go into the area where your ammo, or yeah, your ammo, where your gun is, or not your gun, where your armor is, and Tarians and all that stuff, where the jug is. And obviously there's another mimic there, so my stupid ass decided to capture this, and I was like, oh shit, you know what, I'm gonna grab this mimic with me, because why not? And I really didn't pay attention to the assault rounds, so again, I was like looking around seeing, did I miss one more mimic or something? So, went over here, went to the assault round, grabbed the free missile, and did a couple of killing the zombies through here, but that's it. We did the whole mimic situation. I had the mimic on me, and obviously I literally trapped this fella, which we really shouldn't trap him, and he was like the last zombie, so I was like, you know what, we're gonna go ahead and trap him right here. As you can see, my stupid ass decided to trap him, so yeah. But here's the thing, we did find all 3 mimics, and I didn't realize, for a second, I didn't realize I had all 3 mimics, so I decided to bring this fella all the way to the data center, and sadly, you can't really just put it in the data center. I should have saved it for Sovia's head. Yeah, I should have. But instead, I literally went back to the data center while the whole thing is getting destroyed. Went to the data center. Oh, look at that. Floppy disk. Just like that. I can't really just put the zombie right in. So, yeah, there you go. Now, the next step to go is obviously you find the floppy disk. Now, what do? Usually, I went to go to see Dr. Peck, and I couldn't talk to him because I thought, oh, yeah, shit, you know what? Go straight, when you have the floppy disk, go to the area, but you have to go to the planning office for this next step. Yes. My stupid ass literally went to Peck, and I was like, oh shit, that's the only thing that I messed up. But yeah, there you go. So I decided to throw my mimic at them. I thought it was a C4, but yeah. I learned by my mistake. Don't go to Dr. Peck when you have your floppy disk. Go all the way back to the planning center or planning office, because that's where you're gonna put your floppy disk and probably erase the whole stuff. And then you go to Dr. Peck and talk to him, and then he'll give you a thing for the next step, so you can find the canisters and all that jazz. But yeah, that's it, guys. That's how you find the right exec mimic. Just look for the score streaks, and sometimes you'll find out if there's 2 score streaks, then that's the mimic you want, because obviously I went through there. See, I try to insert that one. So again, that was the last one. So that was interesting. That was an interesting experience doing my EE for the first time, doing a solo EE for the first time. I'm gonna go ahead and play some footage of the last boss battle and looking through the first introduction of it. So I hope you guys enjoy this. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe if you're new. Enjoy the last 2 parts. I'm sure you're gonna enjoy it. And we did screw up around the part where the big gigantic boss battle, because we were at the end of the EE. And also I'm gonna throw in some little fun things to it as well. So you can see I went back to, so he's talking about Martha and all that stuff. But I'm gonna just show you guys our last experience of doing the EE. I had the really greatest moment of one of my little emotes on the right side corner. You guys will see it, and it was like a perfect moment. What the fuck emote right at the end when I died. It was interesting. It was around 28, so as you guys can see, I hope you guys do enjoy this, and hopefully this little tutorial helps you out finding the right EE, or finding the right 3 mimics. I know this was a long one, but throwing in a little special treat of our last moments of first time doing the EE with friends, and obviously it didn't really go well, so, yeah. Crazy. Very, very, very crazy experience. But, yeah, round 28, we had the boss battle, and that was really not that great. So, definitely go to low rounds if you're going to do the EE. Do, like, a speed run, turn on the power, get the True Serum for Peck, and then going to get the mimics, and then go and talk to Peck after getting the mimics, after you get the floppy disk, all that jazz. I know it's really, really complicated and difficult, but one of these days I am going to do a very, very slow, like, not slow, but I'm going to definitely do an EE for you guys, solo-wise. I feel like I'm getting better at zombies, so yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed. If you guys did, leave a like, subscribe if you guys new. As always, enjoy my moments of my fail of the EE. Again, it was none of our faults because we didn't have the Ray K, so that's why it screwed up with the EE. You do need the Ray K for the last part of the last step of the EE. You do need the Ray K so you can beat the boss battle and all that jazz. So. So much to talk about, man. So much to talk about. But thank you everyone for stopping by. You guys are amazing. If you were watching this video, I feel like I'm live streaming this, but I'm not. But yeah, also I did a live stream on this. So by the way, just a little FYI, I did a live stream on this EE, this whole like moments and all that stuff. The pop out moments when the monsters come out, they scare the shit out of me. First time me playing it, and the first time us doing the EE. With friends, so I hope you guys enjoyed it. Again, it was none of our faults. We just didn't have the right stuff when we were really ready for the boss battle, because again, round 28, that wasn't really good, but yeah, enjoy guys, peace out, and enjoy the rest of the video. Peace out and keep gaming as always, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Enjoy the rest of the video. Here we go. Guys.
Is that a black screen?
Yeah, black screen. Yes!
Yeah. Okay.
With our characters, bro. It's Sam! It's Sam!
That's big alive.
Sam, what happened to you?
I recognize that voice. Weaver.
Allie, mute your mic.
Not done yet, though.
You are Requiem.
Dude. That's not done yet. We have a boss battle to do. This is gonna be tricky because we don't have a ray gun or one of those things. Ah. That's gonna be tricky though. Yo.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Well, guys? Oh! Janet! Ah!
Get out of there. Omega forces are inbound to position.
It's all downtown.
No! Yes.
They do not die easy. Still, cut anything into enough pieces, it will fall.
We Arsenal, that's right.
Oh yeah, I don't have enough yet.
To the morgue with you.
Ah! Fucking technical!
Yeah.
Oh, that's... Oh, fucking!
That's all she wrote.
Did you kill it?
I killed it! Those things don't fuck around!